Hey, and welcome back to my channel. I am so happy that you are still with us and that you are still studying. If I haven't said Happy New Year to you, Happy 2021, baby, Happy 2021, okay? This is a year for greatness. This is your year to become certified and to have everything that you've ever imagined and to just really be the best you that you can be. What we're going to be talking about today is types of prescription errors. This is, let me get this thing out. I believe this is 3.5 on the PTCB blueprint, 3.5. And so medication errors is important for you to know, especially for you to recognize. I also want to tell you that if you're not subscribed to this channel, please go ahead and join the other 4.46K people and subscribe now. By you subscribing, that will give you notifications anytime we post new content, anytime we post new videos, links, whatever. That will definitely keep you in the loop. You can catch me riding in my city with my Oh Honey I Am certified shirt on. I love that shirt. We've had a lot of requests about it so far. So if you are someone who is interested in representing your CPHT status or speaking it into existence because you feel like, right now you don't have it yet, then baby, this is the shirt for you to get. Because what I really want you to know is the certification don't start on the test, it starts in the mind. So if your mind don't believe that you're certified, then how are you gonna produce that same type of energy on the exam? You gotta remember that we big energy, right? Big positive energy, right? So oh honey, I am certified. It's a declaration in the atmosphere, and it checks every negative thought gets checked by that shirt. Oh honey, I am certified. That negative thought come in your mind, you look down, you like, what? Let me believe in myself. Let me rewind this tape again and move forward in a positive way. So I definitely wanted you all to see that. But let's just go ahead and get into these medication errors. So medication errors can be intentional or unintentional. That means that it can happen on purpose or it could be something that's not done on purpose. I don't think, now obviously if you have someone who is contemplating suicide or contemplating inflicting self-harm, and we've seen this in movies before too, where they'll just go and down a whole pill bottle. That's something that's intentional. Unintentional could be a person just didn't know how to take the medicine. Also, I believe unintentional is too when, let's say you have a friend who took birth control, and because women do this, and men, y'all might not know this, but I've heard this before, where women will get ready to go on vacation, maybe they're going on a honeymoon, and they're trying to keep their menstrual cycle from coming, so they'll take birth control. Come on now, we all grown. Don't get to looking at me like that. Like, Lindsay, where you going with this? Let's just be real and honest. Y'all know how I am. We're gonna be real transparent about this. It is what it is. They're going on their honeymoon. They don't want their menstrual cycle to come. So they ask their friend who has birth control, can you give me a few of yours? And then I've seen this. This is a true story. Then the chick take the medicine and her cycle doesn't come and she's able to enjoy her honeymoon. Right there, you might say, well, there ain't no harm in that, but there actually is. That's an error because you are not supposed to be taking somebody else's medicine that was prescribed to them based off of their body set up in the way that their chemicals are. So then now if you take that and your friend wasn't really trying to be harmful, but it winds up being harmful, then, at that point, this person is gone out of town or wherever they are, and it's like something is happening, and people are like, well, what happened with you? And they're like, oh, well, I took such and such. Unintentional medication error. Now, somebody would say, Lindsay, that's really not unintentional because they knew it was somebody else's medicine that they shouldn't be taking. True enough, but how many times have you seen it happen? I mean, I watch parents do this with kids. If they got 3-4 kids that had, the 3-4 kids all together, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and one kid gets sick, they'll, you know, try to save the medicine that was used for kid A to use on kid C and D. And that's unintentional, you know, that's a medication error too. So that really shouldn't be happening. But if you look at this chick, she's like throwing it all back and taking all of that medicine all at one time. Another form of medication errors is prescribing errors, right? And when you hear that word prescribing, your mind should automatically think about the prescriber, right? And the prescriber is also known as the doctor. So a prescribing error could be, you know, and these are very common errors. So maybe the doctor, you know, might have wrote for too many, or maybe, you know, the doctor, person is coming in for a headache, the doctor writes the medication for a stomach ache because they're not, you know, maybe paying attention, maybe they're moving too fast. It also happened from the nurse. You know, you have a lot of times now, a lot of these doctors are moving around with a PA, which is a physician assistant, and they might have them write the script. And so that's why I say it's prescriber staff, because if they write the script and they make a mistake, it still falls back on the prescriber. Yeah, it does. It still falls back on the prescriber because you are operating in their doctor's office, or, you know, underneath their supervision, because you are an assistant, so you're not the head. But yeah, you know, and so I'll tell you too, there was one time when my mom went to get a prescription and I was in the car with her, and it was an antibiotic. And they had her on this particular antibiotic for 30 days, and the pharmacy didn't catch it. We're in the drive-through. I think we were at HEB drive-through. And if y'all know about HEB, because I think HEB is only in certain places, but baby, HEB is everything. Okay, but that's all another story. So we sitting in the drive-through, her medicine comes down or whatever. And so I'm looking at it and I'm like, let me see, you know, it was take one tab by mouth every day, right? For whatever it was she had going on. But the quantity was 30. So if she's taking one tablet by mouth every day for 30 days, and you gave her a quantity of 30, basically you're saying that she's on this medication for 30 days. Now, most antibiotics are not 30-day, you know, antibiotics that you should be on. And so I looked at that and I told her, oh no, ma'am. Oh no. Ring that bell. The pharmacist comes over, and they were very apologetic, you know, very apologetic, and said, oh my God, I'm so sorry, this is a mistake, blah, blah, blah. In my mind, I'm going like, this had to come in through data entry. Your tech had to type it up. After your tech typed it up, it had to get to you, the tech filled it, and then it got to you to check for DUR and drug utilization review and drug utilization evaluation and consultation, because it's a new script. And you mean to tell me you still didn't catch this? Now, mind you, this wasn't the error that happened by the pharmacy. This was the error that happened by the doctor. However, we are set up to catch errors to make sure that whatever the doctor made the mistake on, it doesn't get to the patient. I'm gonna teach y'all today. I'm telling you, because I'm ready to teach. Okay, so I want to help you with something, because I think too that some people don't really even know what how we fit into the chain. But we are the, you know, a part of therapy. So we're like the medical therapy little operation, right? So you have the patient who comes in for the condition or the disease, comes in with the ailment. Then you have the doctor, and then patient, doctor, pharmacy. So our job is to catch or to provide the medication therapy that the doctor has prescribed. Our job is to dispense it. Well, in doing that, we're also the pharmacy, not the technicians, but the pharmacy is also, because the pharmacy is a team. So the pharmacy is also required or responsible for catching any mistakes that might have happened by the prescriber. So I'm still trying to figure out to this day, how is it that the pharmacist didn't catch the mistake that the doctor wrote? That was a prescribing error. And not only was it going to be a prescribing error, it was also going to be a mechanical and dispensing error. And I mean, we was getting ready to light them on fire. Now, I was nice to them because I said, well, child, I don't really want to get nothing started. My mom was like, don't worry about it. We caught it. I'm like, yeah, we caught it. Now I did get with that pharmacist. I had to, get the pharmacist together because I'm like, this shouldn't have happened. Now it makes me think about other people who've come through that same drive-through who didn't have pharmacy experience or didn't have somebody sitting in the car with them who has a background in pharmacy to catch this. Then I start thinking about stuff like that because I'm like, how is it that you didn't catch this? But anywho, that's an example of a prescribing error. And the way that we are set up in the pharmacy is we're supposed to catch the mistakes. And that's why the prescription is passed down and is handed. It goes through so many different hands because we should be catching it. You know what I'm saying? As the pharmacy. So anywho, here's a dispense error. So there are 3 different dispense errors and we're going to talk about them. But the first one we're going to talk about is a mechanical error. So a mechanical error can happen in the pharmacy through interpretation, meaning that maybe the prescription the doctor used bad handwriting. It was illegible, couldn't really understand it, couldn't really figure it out. And so the doctor might have wrote it for every day, but because they're writing in cursive, we thought, or the pharmacy thinks that is QID, which is 4 times a day, and that's how they dispense it to the patient. Now, in your mind, you're going like, how could that happen? It can happen. And remember too that in certain states, in certain parts of the country, they don't require you to be certified. So if a pharmacy technician that's operating a pharmacy doesn't really know all of the lingo to interpret this prescription or the medical terminology to interpret the prescription correctly, they could very well make that mistake. I don't understand why they let these people practice as pharmacy technicians and they're not certified. Child, when you can help me with that, then we can really talk. Because I'm going like, how is it that you're preparing medication and dispensing it, but you're not certified? Anywho, so transcription is also, and then calculation. Now you see, like his head hurt, and he like, this is so much math. That's one of the reasons why you need to subscribe to this channel for one thing. And then secondly, if your subscription isn't really supporting you as much as you would like for it to, then you need to go ahead and hit us up with the review because we do have a review course. Because one thing I will tell you, look, now calculations is spelled wrong. I just noticed that. Y'all, I was moving fast. But one thing I will tell you is if you do not know the calculations and you are struggling with math, you don't want to approach that board certification by yourself because there are questions about math on there. Now, you may hear other people say, well, it wasn't that much math. Remember, there are different versions of the exam. You don't know what version you're going to get. So you want to be cock, locked, and loaded because if you need to demonstrate math and to prove that you can actually do it, you want to be able to do that and not be looking how he looking because he's like, too much math, I can't do it, somebody help me. So but yes, to wrap up mechanical errors: interpretation, transcription, and calculations. Okay, don't spell calculations like that. If you are not taking notes, you should be doing that because I'm dropping a lot of free game right now, a whole lot of free game. Make sure that when you are studying, you are not overwhelming yourself. That's another thing that I help you with. Don't overwhelm yourself because then your mind is not retaining and now you're all over the place, okay? This is cool. One of the things I do want to introduce to y'all is our tier learning platform. So real quick, I'll put this in here because I'm still getting messages from a lot of y'all who are wanting to be a part of our VIP membership. And some of y'all are just really having that hard time of trying to figure out how to do it, how to get in there. And I've also had comments or questions about how do I watch your full video? And I have a lot of videos, you know, from 2019 all the way up until now. I have one video that has gotten over 20,000 likes and views. And so you really are in a good space if you are watching the videos. And for Shay, all she needed to do was to join the VIP membership, and she passed on the first try within 10 days of being a member. Y'all already know. Y'all, look, let me tell you something. I put this here to reiterate this to you all, especially for my new friends, hey, who are new to the channel. But if you've been rocking with me since 2019 and you haven't taken your test because of your own fears, then that's something that, you know, that's a different story. But what I want you to realize is we do produce success. Like our friends pass, they come back, they're like, oh my God, I don't think I would have ever done this without you. Oh my God, this is so amazing, you know, blah, blah, blah. And so I just thought that I would put it out there to help you do the same thing. Girl, so you could be a part of our Success Corner, as well as gentlemen, because we got guys that complete this too. So if you're a guy, I want you a part of my Success Corner. I actually want you a part of the Success Corner a little bit more because I'm always seeing our women who are out here kicking it, but I know the guys are like shutting it down too. So the way you can do this is you click join. That's the first thing. Once you click join, you are going to pick your standard membership over here. And you can pick whichever one that fits your needs. We have programs for all people, no matter where you are. And then once you click that, then you'll click join again and you'll start learning. Okay, this is something you can totally control. It's something that you can do until you pass, and then you can move on with your life. Okay, you can go and read Shay's testimony, read all of it at your own time. I had to cut it out so I could put it in here, but most definitely, this is something that has helped people, and that's my job. Like, I love what I do, and I feel like I'm a representation of certified pharmacy technicians, okay? And I've been a tech for 11 years, and I've been doing this since 2014, and I know we do work. Like and follow us on social media at LW Pharmacy School. We also post a lot of information there as well, weekly, daily. I post in our Facebook group too. The video that I posted last week told you how to get to our Facebook group. So if you haven't gotten there yet, go watch the video before, and I'll drop the description in the video link in the description down here. So that way you can kind of go back and look at that. But yeah, I just thought that I would throw that in because I have gotten questions about how do I watch your full length videos? And that's a lot of my new friends. Welcome to the party, okay? But you can watch them by joining and just kind of following the steps here, okay? Now let's move on. Talk about that no more. All right, dispensing errors. So this is also another sector of dispensing errors or errors. So the first one we had was mechanical errors. Now dispensing errors is also judgment errors. Who does the judging in pharmacy? Not technicians, because remember, our duties or our job description is non-judgmental duties. There are also duties that do not require us to have a lot of previous experience. And so if you're new to pharmacy and this is something you're trying to do and it's a new career for you, maybe COVID-19 misplaced you or something like that, I want you to know that you're in a good space because you don't have to have any prerequisites in the medical field in order to do this. You don't have to have a background. You don't have to have prior classes in order to do this. All you really need is the capability and the willingness to learn something new, and you're good to go. Like, I'm so for real. I did not have a background in pharmacy at all when I started this 11 years ago. Now, judgment errors are pharmacists who make incorrect decisions, right? So when I was telling you about what they did or what they tried to do with my mom, that pharmacist made a judgment error too because she wasn't paying attention. And so drug utilization evaluation is when they're going through the patient's profile, they're comparing it with the new script that's coming in, they're looking at what the patient is already on to make sure that there is no conflict or interactions with that. And then from there, they kind of move on. Let's also say too, it also lists counseling the patient. So if you got a pharmacist who does not offer counsel on new prescriptions, that's also a judgment error because all new prescriptions require counsel. So if you're working at a pharmacy where the pharmacist is not offering the counsel, you now know that that's a judgment error and that they are not offering counseling on new scripts. Now, if it's a refill, they're not required to. But all new prescriptions that come through the pharmacy are to receive counseling by the pharmacist. Now, the patient can decline the counsel. They can say, oh, no, I don't need to speak to the pharmacist. And that's their right. However, the pharmacist still is supposed to offer it. And most times when the pharmacist, when the patient is checking out, they're not talking to the pharmacist. They're talking to you, the technician. So it's going to be your responsibility to look at the information to see if this is a new script. And if it is, you need to offer counseling. Would you like to speak to the pharmacist about your prescription? That's all you need to do. And then from there, the patient can say yes or no. And then you'll make whatever, decisions or you'll move forward accordingly. And you see Judge Judy, baby, she's not here for it. Y'all know Judge Judy is something else. Okay, and so Judge Judy, like, you didn't make this error. But yeah, again, judgment errors are made by the pharmacist and the pharmacist only. Our job in the counseling, the patient stage, is not to offer counsel, but to ask them, or let me say, not to give counseling. So we can't give it, but we can ask them, which is kind of offer, would you like to speak to the pharmacist? But we don't give counseling. So again, judgment errors happen by the pharmacist. Our job as a technician is to ask the patient if they would like counseling, okay? Dispensing errors. So this is the third spot, dispensing errors, which is the last type of dispensing error is administration errors. Remember, you got three: mechanical, judgment, and administration. Administration errors is when oral medications can be given IV. Vaccines can be given per rectal. I don't even want to think about that. And then topical can be given per nostril. Now, let me back up to the vaccine. Somebody might say, well, I heard people get shots in their butt. They are getting shots maybe in the muscular part, but the rectal part, they're not getting any shots there. Come on now, let's just be gone. Let's go and be clear and be honest and be real and transparent. Like I said, we all adults, so we know what life is. But remember, vaccines never go per rectal. Topicals are never to be given per nostril, because if it's a topical, that means that it goes on top. Nostrils are in. But if it was going here, that wouldn't be bad, but not on the inside. That's an administration error. You hear her, you see her saying, oh, my eyes, because somebody gave her eardrops for her eyes. Look, y'all, now that really happens. I'm telling you now, I ain't never did it. Oh, thank you, Jesus. I never did it. But that I've heard about that. I've read about that, where people have dispensed ear medications for eyes. Now, I will tell you, eye medications can be used for ears. Certain ones. Don't go leave this channel, child, talking about Lindsay said you can put your eye medication in your ear, because I ain't said that. There are certain medications for the eye that doctors will prescribe for the ear, because the eye is very sterile. The medications that are used to treat the eye are very sterile, and they can be intertwined. The ears for the eye, no. Okay, y'all make me not even really want to tell y'all that, because I don't need y'all going nowhere saying I said, and then that's how, stuff gets started. I'm not saying that. I'm saying there are certain medications out there that for the eye can be used for the ear. Okay, now don't be lying on me now. Okay, I love y'all. I also want to take this time real quick, because I do know that as I'm giving you this information and I'm telling you what you should expect, what to look for, what you need to study, how you need to study it, I realize that can be overwhelming. I realize that can be stressful. I realize that trying to do this along with trying to be a parent, a daughter, a son, a father, a worker, a co-worker, You know, whatever roles you wear, whatever titles you carry, I know that this is something that you're trying to do in conjunction with everything else you already have going on in life. Maybe you're a full-time student and this is something you're trying to do now to support yourself through college. Breathe. Take a moment and breathe and relax. You are here by design. Anything that was designed for you to do can be done. You don't have to stress yourself out to do it. You don't have to overwork yourself to do it. You don't have to deprive yourself of things that you like doing to do this. You don't have to get into a state of depression to do this. All of that, you don't need to be doing that, okay? You don't have to do that. It's not a requirement. All you need to do is something every day to work towards becoming certified. If that's watching this channel, if that's working one-on-one with me, if that is reading the book, whatever it is, friend, do it. Do it and do it well. You do it, don't let it do you. Look, let me tell you something. I didn't get here by overnight. I didn't get here because somebody put me here. I got here by consistency, and staying consistent is what kept me and helped me to get here. Now I can help you. Consistency don't always look the same for me every day. One day I might be, doing something for an hour. The next day I might only have 15 minutes to do that same activity. I might only have 15 minutes today to do the same activity on Wednesday, but on Tuesday I had an hour, but on Wednesday I only had 15 minutes. So what? Because what I can walk away saying is, I did it. Oh, honey, I'm certified. God, look, y'all really need to get this shirt because you need something in front of you to remind you of where you are, where you're going, and what you're getting ready to become. Even if you don't get the shirt, put something somewhere that will remind you of your destiny. Hold your head up and stay focused. Causes of prescription errors: noise, stress, multitasking, overworked, difficult to read handwriting. You see him right here? He is overworked, he is multitasking, and I'm pretty sure this comes with some stress. Got his coffee on the side, got his briefcase, but he is going, and he probably hasn't had a break since he's gotten here because he's too busy trying to execute. These are things that causes prescription errors in the pharmacy. If a baby is crying in the pharmacy and you can't hear your pharmacist, if a baby is crying in the pharmacy and if you are counting 90 pills and you're counting them by fives, and every time the baby cries, you lose your count, so you got to start back over. And then you get to a place where you like, you know what, I think it's 90, and you just pass the script down. Prescription error. I'm telling y'all what I've seen. I've been doing this for 11 years. This ain't nothing that I'm telling you, okay? Multitasking, trying to do too many things, trying to prove to your job or your coworkers or whomever that you can do this. You don't have to multitask like that. Do what you can do. Do your very best for that day. Tomorrow you come back and you do your very best for that day. Next day you come back, you do your very best for that day, and you keep going and you keep going. Okay. Unauthorized errors. An unauthorized drug error occurs when a medication is administered to a patient and the prescriber is not licensed in the state. It didn't say that this applies to mail order where a prescription might be being shipped to you through Amazon in their warehouse in Minneapolis that is coming to Texas and they can't do that. Nope. It says that a prescription is not licensed. Let me bag it up. An unauthorized drug error occurs when a medication is administered, given to a patient, and the prescriber is not licensed in the state. So Somebody from New York can't write a prescription for me in Texas unless they carry a license to practice in Texas. If they don't carry a license to practice in Texas, it is considered an unauthorized error. Unauthorized drug error. You look down at the bottom. I never really watched this show, but a lot of people thought it was cool. But apparently the lady is writing a script for this gentleman, and the police officer is like, I'm afraid not. I need to see your license. So remember that, okay? That's really going to help you. Before we get out of here, I do need to show you something. I have enjoyed our conversation. Y'all always are giving me super big energy, and it's always positive energy. I love you for that, and I love you for always being able to encourage me even on days when life sometimes gets tough. It gets tough for all of us. But I want you to know that we do have a 4-week online course. We've helped over 5,000 people become certified since 2014. Okay, our course is a 5-star rating. Yes. What you get in this course, you get a certificate of completion, which is what you need when you take the PTCB. If you don't have that certificate of completion, your pass means nothing. Now, I've seen people do this, go and take this test, and then they don't have a certificate of completion, and they're trying to find one, and they wind up having to, go and complete a course. And then while the PTCB is waiting on you to get that certificate of completion, there is a deadline, and sometimes it's not as long as you would like for it to be. It may not be long enough for you to complete a course. So make sure you follow the steps correctly so you don't have to go back and redo what you've already done. This course includes a certificate of completion, 24/7 access, so you can work anywhere, anytime, any place. All online course modules are included, and then this is for you, entry for one. Now, typically, this course is $600, but for new students, we are offering a 38% discount where it brings the price to only $400. I'm telling you. What I'm telling you about this is we really want you to pass this exam. We really want to see you succeed, and we know that we can help you do that. Now, it's totally up to you how you decide to move forward. That's on you. But I want you to know that we are the best 4-week online course. Okay, and so with that being said, our 5-star rating has come from students all over the country. Someone from Alaska. Y'all, it blew my mind to read something from Alaska. I was like, oh my God, sweet baby Jesus. I could have just cried because I'm like, oh my God, they know me in Alaska. That is dope. So yeah, if you're looking for a review course, or if you're looking to become certified within 4 weeks, you don't have a lot of time. Maybe you were misplaced because of COVID-19. This is definitely where you want to be. I want you to take every day one step at a time. We are going into the 4th week of January, and you have seen and made it through more stuff now than some people have made it through in their entire life. We going through a pandemic, you're still healthy and well. We going through a recession. We're going through times where hugging our friends and our loved ones is scary. And you're still here. There are some people who may not have made it through this. Some people who may not have been able to overcome. Some people who probably would have lost their mind, and you didn't. That right there, friend, lets you know that you are in a good space. Don't doubt yourself. Don't be mean to yourself. Love on yourself. I do a meditation daily where I just hug Lindsay. And I hug me so tight, and I close my eyes. And even right now, I just got chills doing it in front of you. And it's because sometimes we need a hug. And I don't need to wait for another person outside of me to hug me. Baby, God gave me 2 arms. I can cross them right around my body and hug me and love me. You know what I'm saying? Do that. Take care of you. Do what you can do. You might say, Lindsay, all this stuff you're telling me to do is overwhelming. That's okay. I'm not asking for you to do this all in one day. I'm just giving you the information you need so you can go day for day, so you can make it through, so you can make it to the other side, so you will be able to shine, okay? Don't doubt yourself. The world has already done that. You prove, you show up, you demonstrate, you display. Like, I'm great, I'm success, I'm perfectly and wonderfully made, right? Until I see you next time, take care of yourself, love on yourself, believe in yourself, talk to yourself. I be talking to myself, my family be like, what you in there talking about? Girl, I'm having a conversation with me because that's how much I love me, okay? Take care. Remember, everything in your past has prepared you for this moment. You are on the right track. Continue to do your very best. Continue to put one foot forward in front of the next. And as long as you do that, you will be able to accomplish your goals and your dreams. I'll see you next time, friend. Take care. Bye.